I need to stop talking. So what I'm doing is just giving you like mental blur. I have too many hobbies, needs too much equipment. Ice axe. I love walking through Nottingham train station, carrying one of these on my backpack. Key part of hiking. No, I'm not in a drug den. That is my mum's lamps for her plants. But I think they're just excited to be able to get laid. All I know is he's cute. Anyway, goodbye. Good morning, good morning. I am looking a little bit scruffy. I'm embracing it though. This is the look that you get when you come back and you're tired and you have a shower in the evening and you think, I'm not gonna I did wash my hair. I'm not going to dry my hair, I'm just gonna sleep on wet hair, and you wake up looking a little bit like a scarecrow. What I do is I just get my curling tongs and I just put loads of curls in my hair, and then I just embrace the scruffiness. And then I also went climbing yesterday, so I had chalk on my hands, and if you touch your hair with chalk, it just gets even more volume in it. But I actually kind of like it when it's like this. So I kind of go through phases. I'll have it like this for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I do wash it in that time. I just constantly put curls in it, and then I'll just have it like normal. But yeah, that's why I'm looking a little bit scruffy. Anywho, I thought I would start this video in the only way I know how, sitting on my floor in my living room. Shock horror. It is currently 10:20 on Tuesday, the 24th of October. How are we already here? The end of October. I can't even get my head around it. But anyway, the weather is definitely giving October. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a couple of weeks since I picked up my camera. The last vlog that you would have seen was the one where I was having a little bit of a down week. I was struggling with body dysmorphia, I was struggling with imposter syndrome and some guilt and a little bit of anxiety and all that jazz. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you so much for your kind comments on that video and the support. It was really, really nice. I feel like I'm very much an open book. Like I don't have any concerns really sharing those thoughts and feelings. In fact, I want to share those thoughts and feelings because I know that other people will be able to relate, or it might help people in some way, but it also helps me as well. Sometimes it's quite cathartic to be able to sit in front of a camera and kind of like reel off your thoughts. It's obviously not really a thing that most people would do on a normal basis, but there's something about it that just feels like you're kind of sharing, clearing out your mind. Like it feels like a burden is lifted off your shoulders, and also it's interesting to watch back and have a little bit of self-reflection. But anyway, I digress. It's been a couple of weeks since then. I am feeling a lot better. I've had a busy few weeks, which I really haven't documented much about just because it has been so busy and it's just been running here, there and everywhere. I went to the Lake District for a couple of days. I stayed in the most beautiful Airbnb. I'll try and put a video up on the screen. I booked it really last minute and it was really reasonably priced, but it was a shipping container that had been sunk into the ground, and it looked out over a little stream and a foresty area, and the entire side of the shipping container, by the way, you wouldn't know it's a shipping container, but the entire side, the windows, the doors, all pushed aside so you could have it completely open. And there was a bathtub in the doorway, so in the bedroom there was a bathtub in the doorway. So you could sit and have a bath and like hear the stream. It was so lovely on the terrace, and then you could sit in the living room and have all the windows open, and it was really nice. It was a really peaceful getaway. We've had a lot of rain here in the UK over the last few weeks, so that kind of dictated what I actually did in the Lake District. On the first day, I just did a loop around Elterwater, which is about a 13-kilometre walk. You do see Cathedral Quarry, which is always really cool. Again, I'll put some pictures up on the screen. I always think it's quite a cool little setting. I actually think I've not watched it, but a part of The Witcher was filmed there. So we went and had a look at Cathedral Quarry, and then also you kind of just follow the river. But the waterfalls were absolutely insane just because there was so much water around. So that kind of added some interest to the walk as well. So I did that on one day, and then the next day I did one of my favourite hikes in the UK, which is to go up Helvellyn, doing it via Striding Edge. So that was good. It was a really quick little burn up. It's probably the quickest one I've ever done. So it was just straight up, straight down. And we actually I thought we might be lucky and get a few views, but we did not get views, alas. Anyway, came back from the Lake District, literally turned around. About 12 hours later, I went to Montenegro. Montenegro has lots of mountains, but this wasn't really a mountain hiking type trip. It was actually designed to be a bit more of a chill trip that I took with my mum. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that my mum and I go on little holidays together more recently. So we'll go on one once a year, maybe twice a year. So we've been to Iceland, we've been to Mallorca, we've been to Budapest, and this time was Montenegro. So we actually stayed in Herceg-Novi, and it was meant to be just a nice chilled week, and it really, really was that. It was so lovely. I feel like I genuinely took the first amount of sort of downtime that I've had in a while. And it felt really, really nice. So every day I would just wake up, I would either go up, there's a little mountain behind where we were staying, I would go up there for a little walk, or I would run into town, which was around the bay. And so I'd do 10 kilometers of running, get some coffee, and then there was a little boat that would take you back to where we were staying. So I'd get the boat back in the morning, join my mum for breakfast, and then I'd usually do something similar in the evening. And then other than that, it was just soaking up some sun, getting some work done. I did take 2 books. I didn't read any of them. I need to fill you in on what books I'm reading actually, because I've got loads of good ones at the moment. So I will do that at some point. And also podcasts and stuff like that, recommendations, lots of stuff to join. I have so much to fill you guys in on. Anyway, so Montenegro was amazing. We also went on a boat trip one day and we went and saw Kotor, which was really nice, and a couple of the different towns around the bay there. But in terms of exploring Montenegro, it's definitely somewhere I'd love to go back to, because honestly, it looked incredible. Some of the mountains there, even on the coast, which are the small mountains, I was just looking at them, I was like, I just want to be up there. I really want to be up there right now. But I know that the ones inland a little bit are just magnificent. So it's definitely on my list of places to go back to. Anyway, I came back from Montenegro and I was back for a couple of days, and then I headed up to Scotland, which is where I literally just got back from. So I've been up in Glencoe in Scotland. If you have not been to Scotland and if you've not visited Glencoe, I would honestly highly recommend that you try and get it onto your list. It is so, so beautiful, and it's so serene and peaceful, and you just feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's one of my favorite places. Like, I go there and I feel at home. The Isle of Skye as well is like that. I really need to explore a lot more of Scotland. But this time went up to Glencoe and we stayed in this really cool, I could just put a picture up on screen, but I'm gonna find the picture. We stayed in a really cool mountaineering hut. I was expecting it to be like a body, like absolutely no heating, bare bones, everything like that. But it was so nice inside. So that's the little hut that we stayed in. And actually this is the mountain on the first day that we climbed. So we stayed in that hut and then we climbed up Curved Ridge, which is around the side of that mountain. Curved Ridge is like a grade 3 scramble. So if you're looking at hill walking, scrambling, climbing, in the UK, we have grade systems for scrambles. So we have grade 1, 2, or 3 scramble, 1 being the easiest, which is things like Helvellyn, Striding Edge, or Crib Goch. And then we've got grade 2 obviously being harder, grade 3 being the hardest, before you then move into essentially climbing. Now the intention of the trip was I was meant to do some climbing, but it was really, really wet, like lots of flooding. And also it was just a little bit too cold for climbing. So we ended up doing Curved Ridge, which was a grade 3 scramble. I'll put some footage on the screen. I didn't really take a huge amount just because I was loving what I was doing, but it was really, really fun, really interesting. I learned a few new techniques, which was fantastic. And it was just a really good day out with a good group of people. That's that I didn't mention who I was there with. So firstly, there's a company called Nomad Mountaineering, and they do mountaineering courses up in Glencoe. So I was hanging out with them, and we basically planned this weekend to be able to learn some new skills, to experience the mountains a little bit more, to do a few new things, but also to try and inspire women to get out into the mountains, because as you guys know, that's a huge, like, it's becoming bigger and bigger. It's like getting out of control now, but it's a huge passion of mine. And it's wanting to show that women can be out in those scenarios, you can upskill. It's not necessary to have a background or experience or knowledge in these things. You can learn these things. You can face your fears if you're scared of it, and just experience everything that the world has to offer, because that's what happened to me. You know, I didn't get into any of this until 3 or 4 years ago, and now I'm at a place where I'm wanting to constantly upskill, challenge myself, and not only that, but it just means the world to me. Like, I'm genuinely the happiest when I'm outdoors. So that was with Nomad Mountaineering. On the first day when we did Curved Ridge, Johnny Payne came over. Now Johnny Payne is one of the co-owners of a company called Omnia Performance. Went out to the pub on Saturday night, drank some whiskey, listened to some live music, as is the law when you're in these areas and you've been out in the mountains all day. And then the next day, the plan was to do the Anahiga Ridge, which is the narrowest ridge in the UK. The weather was looking really good. The forecast was looking chef's kiss, beautiful. We went up to the top of the first Munro and the weather had just turned and it was really cloudy, it started to rain, and the problem with that was it makes the rock a little bit slippy, and it's quite a long ridge. You have to use ropes along it, especially when it's slippy. It's going to extend the amount of time you're up there just because you're having to rope a lot more just for safety. Well, that would have been okay. We had someone in the group that needed to catch a flight in the evening. So we didn't really want to be on the ridge, pushed for time and trying to rush, because you're just putting yourself in a stupid situation. So we chose to take the smart option and come back another day. And so we walked back down, and then we ended up just having some lunch in a nice cafe in Balakulish, and then we went to the quarry and did some abseiling techniques and some rope skills and stuff like that. So as you can gather, it was an incredible weekend. I had so much fun. I've been out in the mountains. I just feel like my social cup is full, my heart is full, my excitement is full, my motivation is full, everything is full. But I'm also like, everything's full and my brain does not know which way to go. Like, there's just so many directions I want to go in. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's just so much to look forward to. Like, I haven't even updated you on half of it, but I mentioned a couple of vlogs ago that I was looking at running a group hiking and camping trip to Canada. Those dates are being finalized this week, so I will have the dates and be able to start opening spots up for that for 2024, which is super, super exciting. Like, what? This is crazy. And then providing a winter skills course for women, so a women's only one up in Scotland this winter. So it would be maybe like January, February, March time, where we're going for a weekend and you learn things like how to use crampons, how to read the weather, navigate in winter, to understand avalanche awareness, etc., etc. I did a winter skills course earlier this year up in Scotland, and it was incredible. I had so much fun. I met some really cool people, and not only that, but I learned some really, really important skills. And I'm just like, how is this my life? This is actually insane. But then I also, it's so weird, I got a comment the other day on a video, and it was a comment on the video that I made at the beginning of this year, which was all about my New Year's resolutions. And I haven't watched that video back, but I remember there's one thing in that video that I said, and I almost feel like now we're getting towards the end of the year that it's actually happened. And I think the little ups and downs I've had throughout the year and this little moments of self-doubt, now I reflect back, I'm like, oh no, like those were, like it's actually happening. I'm so excited to watch that video back. I'm probably gonna watch it back and like react to it at the end of the year. I really hope that I didn't say my goal was a muscle up or a press handstand, because we are absolutely, I think I've regressed. I've gone further away from that goal. But anyway, you know, things change, passions change, but I still do love calisthenics. That being said, I probably should train some cali today. I went climbing yesterday, I went bouldering, but I'm not sure what I'll do today. I've been loving training at home still. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I've been using my little home gym setup. I don't know if you can see it here. That's all I need. Like, it's got everything that I need. Basically, I don't have a gym membership, and I haven't now for the best part of 6 weeks, and I'm loving it. It's great. But anyway, I need to stop talking to this camera. It is now, I've been on for 20 minutes. How is that even possible? Right, I'm going to pack my bag. I'm gonna warm up my oats and I'll take them with me. And I'm gonna go smash out some work, some blog posts, some editing. I've got so much footage from camper vanning in summer that I still haven't uploaded. I've filmed so much hiking stuff in Slovenia and the Dolomites, in Croatia and stuff like that, and I've not uploaded any of it. I also have app programs that I've filmed. I've got a resistance band program. Right, I need to stop talking, because all I'm doing is just giving you like mental vomit here. And that's not helping anyone. Right, let's go. Hello again. So it is the same day. It's now 5 p.m. I came home. I smashed out quite a lot of work, to be fair. I came home and I was like, I need to do some type of movement. This sums it up. I'm so tired. I had literally zero. Even holding this camera is tiring. I had literally zero energy. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was like, I need to do something. And one thing that always helps when I'm in that kind of mood is to follow a video. So I did an aloe moves one. I'll show you which one I did. I did this one, which is day 5 strength practice with Dylan Werner. I actually expected it to be a little bit harder than it was. It wasn't too bad. And now I'm feeling just a little bit more like I have some energy. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit more exercise on my own, put some music on, and probably just gonna do some push-ups. Oh, I don't even know why I'm so tired. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to do some push-ups, do some dips, do some handstands, and do some bodyweight rows. Might do some banded chin-ups as well. Oh, mentally, I just don't know if I'm ready for chin-ups or pull-ups today, but we'll see. And then I'm going to go and grab some groceries and come home and cook. I think I'm just gonna have chicken, roasted vegetables, and salad for dinner. Although I'm just really, like, it's getting so cold here in the UK. Like, I've got the heating on right now. And I'm really in the mood for soup all the time. I cannot stop yawning, I'm so sorry. I'm really in the mood for soup and just anything hot, which is why I'm drinking peppermint tea at the moment. So that's also a possibility. One thing I had the other day, I don't have the packet anymore, is I took it hiking with me. I never actually ate it while I was at the mountaineering hut, but I had a coconut and sweet potato curry just in a tin from Asda. It was in the soup section and it was vegan. It was incredible, like it was so good. Had just the right amount of spice. It was so nice. I came home and I was like, I need something to eat. I got home about 11:30 at night. I was like, I need something to eat. I'll have that. And I just threw some prawns in there as well, just to get a little bit of extra protein and just bulk it out a bit. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It hit the spot perfectly. So I might at some point look for a recipe and make a batch of that as well. But anyway, I'm gonna stop yawning. I am going to smash out a little bit more exercise and then I'm gonna go for a little walk. And then I'm probably gonna do a bit more work. Really productive day. Oh, also, I may have dates for the winter skills course. How exciting. So we've been organising that today and getting that sorted. So yeah, I'm so stoked for that. Like, how cool is that? Oh my gosh, it literally blows my mind. Anyway, right, I'm gonna do some exercise. I'll catch up with you guys later. Welcome to day 2 of trying to get my life together. Sorry, Hugo's just jumped onto the chair behind you. So it is Wednesday. I got back on Sunday night and I still haven't unpacked all my hiking gear from the weekend, which is really, really bad of me, and I really need to do it. So I'm doing it in between calls today. I'm gonna sip this because it is a beautiful day, but it's so cold today. Okay, so I'm gonna unpack all this, and I thought while I'm quickly unpacking it, I might just talk through some of the stuff that I took with me, because it's a question that I get quite a lot, which is like, what do I need for hiking? And I'll probably just make this into a completely separate video, but I thought, considering it's all out and unpacked at the moment, I might as well run through a few things. I have too many hobbies, needs too much equipment. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, let's not digress any further. Right, let's start with the easy stuff. So it is winter hiking season, which means we have winter equipment, which bulks it out a little bit more. So first up, ice axe. I love walking through Nottingham train station carrying one of these on my backpack. I'm always just waiting to be arrested, but mine is a Grivel ice axe. So I have one of those for winter hiking. I also have my Grivel crampons as well. Didn't end up using these while we were in Scotland, but these are Grivel crampons. So these are essentially, they're all tangled up, but these are the things that you put onto the bottom of your boots when you are hiking in winter. And so, I'll show you. It's a little bit tricky to show you without a boot, but basically that goes on the bottom of your shoe and it's got spikes. These ones are the G12, which means they have 12 points of contact. And basically it gives you grip into the snow. So they look very confusing and overwhelming, but they are very, very useful and actually make walking on ice and snow an absolute dream. Also, update for you, the winter skills course in Scotland is a goer for the 8th and the 10th of March. If you do come, you'll be learning how to wear these. You don't need to have your own, we can provide them, but you'll be learning how to use crampons. You'll also be learning how to use an ice axe and how to self-arrest as well, which is when you dig into the snow to protect yourself if you were to fall for some reason. Oh, key part of hiking, whiskey. That's how much whiskey we got through, and that wasn't even the only bottle. Boots. So these are my winter hiking boots. I have the Scarpa Mantas. Now the reason these are winter mountain boots, or I refer to them as winter mountain boots, is because they are mountaineering. They've got a really hard sole and they are crampon compatible. So it's important, if you're going to use crampons, that you have boots that you can actually use with your crampons. So I absolutely love Scarpas. All my boots, apart from this pair, which are Innovates, they are all Scarpas and they just fit my feet so well. So I pretty much solely live in Scarpas or Innovates when I'm hiking. So these are my winter mountaineering boots. Like I said, these are the other pair of boots that I wear, the Innovates. They also need a really good clean because they're looking a little bit worse for wear. Super lightweight, great for summer, great for winter, waterproof, all that jazz, really handy. And then the final pair of boots that I have are another pair of Scarpas. Oh, these ones really need to be looked after because they're going to lose their waterproofing. But these are my like OG go-to hiking boots. I absolutely love these ones. So I will shortly be cleaning and re-waterproofing all my boots because they sure as heck need it. Also, Lululemon bags are the literal best for carrying boots and for splitting up your hiking equipment. It's so good. Hugo's decided he wants to get involved. Right, sleeping bag, not very exciting, but we were staying in a mountain hut, so we were sleeping in sleeping bags. That is a 4-season one, so nice and warm because I get chronically cold. Uh-oh, my battery's about to die, 1 second. First of all, dry bags, absolute lifesavers. It's handy to put everything in a dry bag rather than put a rain cover on your suitcase, on your backpack, because the rain covers can just easily blow off. I've got layers, so this is like a belay layer, this is like a belay jacket, this is a windbreaker, a waterproof layer, which I was wearing this one, which is a Through Dark Aegis. I mean, it just looks like a black jacket when you're standing. But this is the one actually that we were out shooting in the Faroe Islands earlier this year. Then I have all the normal stuff like a first aid kit, a survival shelter, head torch. So I basically put all my like electronics and things that I probably won't need but are good to have in one bag. Blister plasters, always important. Not just for you, but it could be somebody you're with needs them as well. Buffs, I have so many buffs, like tons and tons of them. They're basically the thing that, usually you wear them around your neck, but you can literally use them for anything. Sometimes I just wrap them around my wrist. Sometimes I can use them to pull my hair off my face. Proof trousers, gloves, you can never have too many pairs of gloves. So these are my winter gloves, which are from seal skins. What I really like about them is that they have a nose wipe, because if you're like me, and like pretty much anyone who goes hiking in winter or in summer, your nose will constantly run, so it just means you can wipe your nose really easily. Sounds disgusting, but honestly, absolute lifesaver. And then battery pack, always important to carry for your mobile phone. Obviously I have my watch, which I use, so I've got the Garmin Fenix 7S. So solar watch, and that has the ability to like send out SOS calls and stuff like that, but obviously your phone has that capability too. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so gross inside. That was a flask of decaf coffee that I took with me, so I either take a cup of soup or decaf coffee, and you will be grateful once you get to the top of the mountain and you have a nice warm drink. Hand warmers, another lifesaver. I literally use these even when I'm just walking around town in winter, but these are so great. They're the little packets that you just open. I just put them in my pocket or hold them in my hands, and honestly, so good. In terms of the backpack that I took for winter, or if I'm taking a bigger day trip, I have the Osprey Talon. This is the 33 litre one. I love the Osprey backpacks. They are so comfortable to wear, and this one is particularly designed for women, so I really love that. And then I usually carry, I've just got some side pockets here, spare pair of contact lenses, some lip balm, and some tissues. I took gaiters, but I didn't end up using them. Honestly, not super necessary. This is all just laundry stuff. So leggings, the socks that I wore. More socks, you can never be too prepared. Hip flask, so you can put a bit of your whiskey or your drink of choice for a little dram at the top of the mountain. My belay device and carabiner. I left it over by the door, but we were on ropes for the most of the weekend, so I obviously had to take my harness and my climbing helmet as well. And then this is the belay device, so we use this for ropes, abseiling, all that sort of stuff. So carabiner and belay. That is just another layer. So this is the layer that I would usually wear when it starts to get a little bit colder on the mountain. So this is the Centurion hoodie from Through Dark, and I quite like it because it's a good thickness. It's like a little bit fleecy on the inside, but it breaks the wind a little bit, and it's got a really great hood, I was about to say helmet, hood that will fit over your helmet. So it was a perfect layer in between my waterproof shell and my merino thermal base layer. My water bladder, which is my Osprey one, but I didn't end up using it. In winter, these can freeze, like the tubes can freeze, so they're not the best for winter. So I took my North Face slippers. I love these, they're so comfortable. I wear these around my house as well. Honestly, if you don't own a pair, you'll never quite know how comfy they are, but they're basically like a down jacket for your feet. So I took those because they're great for just walking around the mountain hut. If you just need to nip outside or something like that, then they're really fantastic. These are the charge pants from Through Dark, which I absolutely love. I'm honestly not just saying it, I genuinely love it because firstly, they look kind of cool. I think they look cool anyway. But they have loads of pockets. You have these massive pockets for snacks on the outside. Snacks or your phone or your hand warmers. You've got pockets here and then you've got pockets here. So there's just a plethora of options. And you can also tighten it around your knees and tighten it around your ankles as well. So it gives you loads of options. I have 2 pairs. The pair that I actually wore in there because they're filthy. And then finally, this is the base layer that I usually wear. This is the merino base layer from Through Dark. I use this for so much. Like, I will just wear this as a top. I use it for training. I use it for running, all that stuff. I have a couple of them and they're really brilliant. And that is pretty much everything I took with me. Oh, sunglasses. You would have seen these ones a little while ago. These are the Sun God ones that I bought. I love these sunglasses for hiking, like literally I'm obsessed with them. I have them in the pink lens as well. All I need to find now is the battery for my camera, and I need to put all of this away. There's plenty of it. So that's gonna be my job for the next hour or so, and then I'm jumping on a client call. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into some of the stuff that I took with me on my weekend away. This is literally just 2 days worth of stuff. Isn't that ridiculous? Anyway, let's crack on with this before my battery dies again, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. I'm really looking forward to a coffee. All right, I made it to my parents. No, I'm not in a drug den. That is my mum's lamps for her plants. Anybody remember this little fella? How are you, mate? We're gonna film some podcast episodes. Say hi, Mum.
Oh no, don't do that to me.
We're gonna try and film at least one podcast episode, and then we're gonna go climbing, which will be exciting. So I'm gonna set you up here and you can watch us filming a little bit. Well, you can watch us try and set up the microphones because that's the hardest bit, isn't it? Don't look so terrified, Mum. You've been on a YouTube video before anyway.
No.
It's fine. Look, Alfie's there. He looks a little bit smaller than Hugo, doesn't it? Oh, that's not a great angle of you. Thank you. Can I have that, please? Come here. I need it for the microphone. Come here. Can I have that, please? Let go. Thank you very much. Good boy. I'll blur you out. It's fine.
No, don't. You won't?
Narrator. She was not blurred out. Hello, Mum.
Hello, Lucy.
Mother, how are you? If you listen to the first episode of our podcast, the first and only episode of our podcast, I had forgotten about him. Can the man. He was incredible. Yeah. Roll it into 2 and I'll have him as a husband and personal assistant.
Yeah.
I have been successfully mingling with other Pringles.
I am not a single Pringle and I'm not allowed to mingle.
They're just happy to be having sex. They don't care what the person looks like.
As long as they've got a pulse.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I didn't say that. You said that. But I think they're just excited to be able to get laid. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Saturday morning. I think I skipped a day because, quite frankly, nothing exciting happened yesterday. I woke up this morning and I was just in the mood to run. Well, jog. In the mood to jog. I just woke up, it was 6:30, it was pitch black, and I thought, I'm gonna go and get my exercise done early because I've got a busy day, I've got a load of work to smash out, and I feel like I say the same thing every single time. Also, I'm just gonna show you what you're sitting on at the moment. It's kind of sums up my life that I'm trying to organise at the moment, like the bit outside of like work and all that sort of stuff. Basically, I do have these like montage boards. So this is the one I already finished. I've had this one for ages, and I basically have photos that make me happy from whatever, like trips I've gone on or just people that I love, and I collect little things that I put on it. So for example, this is a cocktail bar, the Daltonist in Split in Croatia. This is from a little cafe in Reykjavik. I can't remember the name of it actually. I'd be able to find it because I have loads of photos of it. This is obviously from Croatia. This is from a pub, it's a beer mat from a pub that I went to in Northumberland, and then all the pictures are just random. And then this, ignoring the virtual reality headset there, this is the stuff that I'm trying to put onto that board, which clearly is not going to fit. But this is just some of the memories from the last I don't know, even year. And the scary thing is I've probably been on about 8, 9, 10 trips since I last got all these photos printed. So I think I'm gonna have to buy at least another 2 boards because I just actually love having them. I almost use them as like vision boards. So yeah, my toxic trait is collecting beer mats from pubs that I go to. This one's from the Bahamas, Grand Bahama Island. That one is from Port de Soyer in Mallorca. That's also from the Bahamas. And that is from Port de Soyer, but on a different trip. And then I've got all sorts of other stuff. These are from Red Rock Canyon in Las Vegas. I've got stuff from, this is from the Dolomites in summer that I went to in camper vanning. This is from the top of a mountain called Cairn, and it's like a little stamped piece of paper. You can stamp it in your hiking passport, but I don't have one, so I just put it on a piece of paper. This is from Budapest. This is from my niece Aisling. This is from Budapest. So all sorts of stuff. And then I've got obviously all the photos as well. So it's just good memories, time spent with friends, stuff for work, hobbies that I enjoy. My cat. This is in the Bahamas. I just love it. Like, it just makes me so happy to have all these memories and to be able to look back on them, and just happy times, you know? It's just good vibes all round. So this is what I'm kind of trying to work with at the moment. But anyway, I digress off the point. Let me just flip the screen around so I can see what you're actually looking at. Okay, you are looking at me, good. So the, why did I even come on here? Oh yeah, I was just thinking, like, in my head today, I was like, right, I'm gonna smash out some exercise early in the morning, and then I'm just gonna go and just smash out a load of work. But I got home, and then I've also received a load of phone calls and messages from people being like, what are you doing this weekend? And do you wanna go hiking, or do you wanna do this? Now my car's broken, so I sadly can't hike, which is probably a good thing because it's kind of keeping me in one spot. But my friend just rang me, because everyone affectionately knows me as Last Minute Lucy. I just organise things last minute. He's like, I'm coming into Nottingham, are you around for a coffee? And I was like, actually, that is something that I can do, because I am gonna go and sit down, sort out all the stuff for the mountaineering trip in March, which I'm launching today. So exciting. And he's gonna drop by and have a coffee. So I'm really excited. I haven't seen him in forever. He's like my climbing friend. But it was really weird. I was like, I'm gonna have a whole weekend to myself, and then I just had a cascade of people message me. So yeah, people that I've literally only met just recently on Instagram because they have similar hobbies to me, and I'm like, hey, do you wanna be my friend? And then people I haven't spoken to or seen in a long time. So that's really, really nice. And it's like so wholesome, and I just feel like very, very fortunate and grateful to have people in my life, or the ability to create connection. Next week's also looking really exciting because I'm going to go skiing just for an hour, like not going abroad skiing. I'm just going to the snow dome. And the girl that I'm going with, Georgie, she snowboards, so we're gonna go and do like a little session in the snow dome, and then I'm gonna take her climbing because she's never been climbing before and she wants to go. So that's very exciting. And then my mum said she wants to learn how to snowboard, and so I said I'd go with her, so we might be doing that next week as well, which is very cool. It's also my dad's birthday tomorrow, so I might go and see him tomorrow if he wants to do something, if he wants to go out on the motorbikes maybe. We'll just see. He's very, if I'm Last Minute Lucy, he's also exactly the same, and this is where I get it from. So we'll just sort of play it by ear and see what happens. Because I was thinking this video has been so boring. I've literally done nothing other than just be at home in this room, eating probably the same thing every single day, and just talking about my week. I suppose that's the reality of like what my week is really like, but there is a few things to look forward to and a few exciting things. And like I say, it's probably a good thing that my car is broken, because it means that I actually have to sit and do some other things, and I can't just constantly go climbing or hiking. The VR headset's out because I've been playing Beat Saber again. I'd been talking to someone about it, and then last night I was like, oh, I'm kind of in the mood. I was just like cooking my dinner, so I was just waiting for it to cook, and I was like, I'll play a game. So I tried it, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember how addictive this is. It's so addictive. I did manage to smash out a load of expert level ones, so I was like, okay, my skills, my muscle memory's there, which is great, but it's just, the music's so good. I've got the Linkin Park and the Imagine Dragons and the Green Day packs. I really wish they did a Red Hot Chili Peppers one. That would be, I think that would be so good, because those songs are really good, and I think they'd be perfect for Beat Saber. I also need to edit my Dolomites vlog. I've literally been back for like 3 or 4 months, and I still haven't edited any of the vlogs from the Dolomites, from Croatia, from Slovenia. I really need to get that footage sorted. And yet here I am, still just chatting away to my camera, to you guys. Right, let's go do some work. well, this is a good angle. I'm gonna have to come down to you guys. So it is Monday evening and I didn't really finish this video, this vlog. I ended up going to my parents yesterday because it was my dad's birthday. So I went and saw them and spent the evening there. We had a roast dinner, which was, oh, it was banging. I haven't had a roast dinner in so long. That was really good. And so I stayed over, and then this morning, my mum and I went climbing. Yes. I've never taken her climbing before, so it was really cool to go and check out. Well, firstly I went to check out a new climbing wall, which was quite cool, but also just taking her and getting her involved. It was really fun. I feel like it was graded really, really hard, so there was only so much we could really do, but it was just good to get out and spend some time with her, showing her something that I love. The winter skills course in Scotland, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like, there's already over half the spots have been filled, like well over half, and it's only been 24 hours. I'm so excited. Also realised that it's on International Women's Day. How perfect is that? So good. So I was super excited to get out to the mountains. But basically, I just thought I'd come on here and finish this vlog. It's 7 PM, but the clocks went back last night. Was it last night? No, the night before. And it's kind of thrown everything off. It's so dark. I'm feeling a little bit peckish. I'm about to cook my dinner and settle in for the evening and do some work on my website, which desperately needs to be continued. I sat and did work on it for hours and hours and hours on Saturday, and I thought I was making some headway, took a break from it, came back, and I was like, I hate everything I've done. And not only that, I feel like I've just created more work for myself. So I'm gonna revisit that, have a little look. And otherwise, I'm just gonna, yeah, like I say, buckle down for the evening and just take it easy. This week is gonna be full. Lots of climbing, lots of seeing people, doing bits and bobs, running here and there. So I'm looking forward to just having a nice chill evening. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too boring and painful. Hopefully this week will be a little bit more exciting. I hope you have an amazing and most beautiful week ever, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, one last thing before I go. Hugo wants to say hello. Oh my gosh. Oh, he is so big and fluffy now. Look at the size of him. He's literally the size of me. You're pretty cool though, aren't you? I swear he is like a human. I've been putting on cat TV for him and he loves it, but I think he's quite smart for a cat, and that's not me just being biased, because he does things that not many cats do. Like, when things come off the screen, he won't just accept that it's gone off the screen. He looks behind the TV to see where it's gone. He's just, there's things about him that, you know, the other day we were looking at, well, there was a big spider in the bathroom up on the ceiling, and he was sitting on the floor, and I was like, Hugo, look, and I was pointing, and he was actually following my finger. I mean, I don't know, is this normal cat behavior, or is he particularly smart? I don't know. All I know is he's cute. Anyway, goodbye.